It's Mr. Miljion Aljinovic, everybody.
Thank you. This really made me feel so old. I sold my GameStop and it made so much fucking money. Thanks for coming down to Los Alamos. Sarah's especially grateful that you're here because now we're all going to learn her name and you're Los Alamos now. So you got to bring down another one and then we'll learn your name and that's how it works. I can't believe you're going to drive an hour home. When I came back to New Mexico, I went to one Albuquerque open mic, and then it was like, oh, they do this once a week in Santa Fe? Fine, fuck it, I'm that funny. I can just do this once a week. It's great. My name's Miljion. That's a weird fucking name, right? I was born not here. I was born in a country that doesn't exist anymore. It was called Yugoslavia. Most of you have never heard of it. A couple of you, maybe like JD, TJ, you guys watched CNN in the 90s, you know. A couple of you played Grand Theft Auto 4, like, hey cousin, you want to go bowling? That's, yeah. Genocide, you know, squatting like this, smoking cigarettes in tracksuits. That's where I'm from. It's okay, like mean stereotypes about foreigners are fine. As a foreigner, I can tell you it's fine. Like my parents raised me on mean stereotypes about Americans. They're both boomers from a socialist country. Like all our grandparents fucked after that war too, and my parents are boomers from a communist country, so they learned things about Americans the same way you guys learned things about socialists, just fucking lies. My mom taught me very early two things about Americans: not very well educated and obsessed with money. Right? And I was like, come on, Mom, that's not very nice.
Yeah, but how much is it worth?
But then my whole life I introduced myself to people. Hi, my name's Miljion. Oh, like $1 million? You got $1 million of fucking anything, dude. What is it with you people? Jesus Christ. Oh, $1 million, that's interesting. Is that, where are you from? I'm from Serbia. It's, you know, it's in Eastern Europe. Oh, is that like Russia? 2 for 2, Mom. All right. She was going to come out tonight, and I was worried I wasn't going to get to do that joke, but I'm going to do this way worse joke. That isn't probably even a joke. It's just something I thought of recently and it made me laugh, so it's probably really depressing. But so like Alzheimer's disease runs in my family, right? And we're off on a good foot, right? So my mom's getting older, and I've become like acutely aware, especially when I wasn't living here, like when we talk on the phone, of like, you know, is she forgetting things? Like, is she acting kind of weird? And like, I'd really be listening to it, and sometimes we'd be like in a conversation, and I'd realize I wasn't listening to anything she was saying for the last like 10 minutes because I was worried about like, is she losing her memory? And if she is, that means I'm now missing like one of the last conversations we're ever gonna have. And like, that was pretty fucked up. And then we were talking and I had all those realizations. I was like, Mom, I'm sorry, I gotta cut this conversation short. I gotta go, because I had to like write that stuff down because I thought it might be kind of funny to talk about it in the internet. You know, I had to write it down because Alzheimer's disease runs in my family, and so like, it's kind of funny, but only to other comics. No real people are gonna fucking laugh at that. I can't do that at anywhere but a mic. I was born in another country. It's weird growing up here. Like, you guys bombed our ass. I know you wouldn't remember it. I did, but you wouldn't.
I remember.
Blew up the hospital I was born in the day before my 13th birthday, but that's not a joke. Made it kind of hard to fit in junior high, you know? But no, it was weird. It's hard to fit in.
Let me top you off.
Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, you get a fear for that. All you gotta do, guys, you just get Bill Clinton to blow up the hospital you were born in. The day before your birthday, JD will get you a beer. It's very simple. No. Cheers. No, okay. So, it's hard to fit in, right? At this point in my life, like, my preferred pronouns are we and us, just so I can feel like I'm a part of something for like a minute. Oh man, it fucked me up a little bit. I struggle a lot with like anger issues and like my favorite emotion is rage. You know, it's the only emotion that makes you feel like stronger, you know, than you actually are in real life.
No, it does
the other thing. Fucking yell. Like when I used to work at Trader Joe's, these dumb motherfuckers. Is this gut butter gluten free? It's butter! And suddenly, like, I'm in charge. You know what I mean? Like, I got this. I realize that, I'm not a good person. That's a big thing about it that makes, like,
know.
I call it being chaotic woke. You know? Like, I know in my head that it's wrong to wish suffering and pain on other people. Like, you shouldn't laugh when idiots don't get vaccinated and then die of COVID. But, like, the heart wants what the heart wants, right? Like, I'm a very judgmental person. And that's true. I've been called that, and I admit it. But in my defense, I would not be that way if I wasn't right every fucking time. I would have stopped. You know what I mean? But it doesn't work that way. Like, I work at an RV park out on the end town, you know, and you get a lot of Midwesterners, a lot of older people. And there are all these people whose like family failed at the Oregon Trail. You know, they got to like Kansas, and they were like, well, I guess we're from Kansas now. Jimmy and Bill Bob died of dysentery, so this is where we're from. And so now their descendants, you know, these generations later are doomed to just wander the highways of the West, you know, in these updated versions of those same wagons, you know, with like embroidered steering wheel covers that say, drive like no one else is driving. And then these fucking people, you know, a lot of fat old Midwesterners, a lot of Republicans, same kind of people who come and like argue with you about having to wear a mask. And then they ask you, like, well, what should I be doing? And now that I'm in Santa Fe, I thought you fucking people did your own research. Come on. Yeah. I don't know. All my life, Republicans have been telling me how I'm going to burn in hell. Little did I know it's because they were going to turn the planet into one. Like, fuck me, right? God works in mysterious ways. I did not see that coming, but they're trying hard enough, and Ronald Reagan, and never mind. I'm gonna make an amazing post-apocalyptic grandpa. I can see it already. I'm gonna tell my grandkids stories. Grandpa, tell us again about how you used to get clean water out of the walls. Oh, it's true, Sonny Jim. What the fuck was the rest of that? Oh, yeah, you could get clean water out of the walls anywhere but Detroit. Basically, as long as you weren't poor. And the government, like, gave a shit about it. What? Grandpa, what's the government? Oh, it's just a bunch of rich people that got together and fucked everyone else over. Oh, Grandpa, what's rich? Oh, it's okay. You don't need to know. We're better off without it. I mean, you're not gonna live to your 30s, but at least you'll never have to work for Whole Foods. So there's that. All right, that's enough of that. I have to tell one joke that my roommate actually wrote, but she's not a comic, so she said I have to have it, and it is pretty fucking funny. She pointed something out to me. It's very interesting. You know how Seinfeld is known as a show about nothing, right? It's famous for that. That's not true. It's not a show about nothing. It's a show about one very specific thing. It is a show about cell phones, made 10 years before cell phones were invented. And it was a show about cell phones and how incredibly useful they would be once they were invented. They didn't know this. They were ahead of their time when they were making it. But every single scene in Seinfeld could be fixed if anyone there had a cell phone. And so the entire series of Seinfeld is just a series of situations that would be infinitely better if anyone had a cell phone. It was a very forward-thinking show. All right, well, I'll tell her that wasn't as funny as she thought it was. That's what's nice about not writing your own material.
No way.
I heard the song American Pie the other day on the radio, and you know, it gets that verse at the end. I met a girl who sang the blues and asked her for some happy news. That's exactly the kind of shit some asshole boomer would fucking say to someone, isn't it? Hey, why don't you smile a little more, baby? What the fuck, man? All right, TJ, that's enough for me.